...2019 is well underway with an entire month already gone, and it's already the worst year ever. I don't know if that's actually true, it's January as I'm writing this. But what about the games? We've already had Ace Combat 7, Kingdom Hearts 3, the remake of Resident Evil 2, and fitness boxing for the Switch.
1, 2, 1, 2, front, back.
No need to shout. And there's a ton more on the horizon, so why don't we go through the highlights for the rest of the year and work out what's most deserving of your time. As with all list-based content, this isn't a definitive scientific collation, as there are way more than 10 games coming out this year, you dafties. As for why this video didn't come out last month, we didn't exist. Thank you for your patience. I'm Ben from TripleJump, and here are 10 awesome video game releases still to come in 2019. Number 10. Days Gone. Brought to us by Sony's Bend studio, Days Gone is a post-apocalyptic open-world survival game set in the United States Pacific Northwest. Playing as the backwards cap-cool, ludicrously named Deacon St. John, the world isn't quite what it used to be, with pockets of civilization holed up in the wake of a devastating virus that's wiped out swathes of the population, bringing society to its knees. Hooray! Those infected who aren't killed by the virus have a fate much worse than that, transforming into grotesque creatures, see zombies, known colloquially as freakers, which is nice. The way these former humans move as a horde is legitimately impressive and extremely unnerving, with one of the first gameplay trailers showcasing their rapid, lethal movement, flowing a bit like a river, or when they built that big ladder out of bodies in World War Z. Days Gone also presents numerous approaches to different scenarios you may encounter. When these baddies take one of your friends, for example, you can either run in there guns blazing, take them out stealthily, or blow up the wall and let the freakers have some dinner. But freakers aren't just former people. How about some zombie bears and wolves? Don't those sound fun? Open world traversal is handled via your trusty motorbike, although why you'd choose literally one of the loudest vehicles in the known universe in a post-apocalyptic zombie wasteland is beyond me. It's shaping up nicely though. Number 9. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Now, this one is going to be a difficult one to talk about, not because it's a promising sounding Star Wars game and Disney or EA might cancel it if we get too excited, but because it doesn't even have a trailer yet, so I'm going to put some Dark Forces gameplay up while I talk about it. Announced with all the fanfare of a wet fart at E3 2018 when head of Respawn Entertainment Vince Zampella had a microphone thrust into his face during EA's showcase, what we know so far is that the game is set between episodes 3 and 4, and you play as a Padawan who survived the Jedi murdering Order 66 and is now on the run. This comes in the wake of the sad confirmation that Uncharted stalwart Amy Hennig's untitled Star Wars game has now been cancelled and Visceral Games shut down along with it, but we have to remain hopeful that won't happen here. There is of course the obvious concern that EA might get a bit too involved after their handling of Battlefront 2, however, this is being developed by Respawn after all, the team responsible for Titanfall and Call of Duty Modern Warfare pre-2010, so let's cross our fingers. Number 8. Wolfenstein Youngblood. The last time we saw good old Square Jaw himself, BJ Blazkowicz, he and his motley crew had dealt a big blow to the Nazi Empire. But that's just it. A blow. The fantastically awful way that the Nazi war machine is presented in the world of Wolfenstein is as an all-conquering behemoth. BJ and co will struggle and fight for an entire game just to give it a black eye, and that's still the case in Wolfenstein Youngblood. It's been 19 years since the events of Wolfenstein 2, and BJ has gone missing in Paris, not because he's doing the tourist thing and tried to use the Paris metro, but because he's an internationally feared and wanted terrorist. So what options are we left with? How about sending in his twin daughters who've been raised to kick Nazi ass to go and get him? Yes please, that sounds incredible, thank you. On top of that, it's set in the 80s, and given Machine Games' penchant for taking the familiar and turning it on its head, it'll be fascinating to see how they twist neon and synth to the Nazi agenda. You can also play the whole thing in co-op. Sound good? Number 7. Gears 5. Following hot on the heels of 2016's Gears of War 4, the more snappily titled Gears 5 is due out later this year. This time, it's Kate Diaz's time to shine, promoted from a Player 2 option to full-blown protagonist. JD Phoenix, Delmont Walker, and beardy dad Marcus all return too, with the gang focusing on discovering the origin of those pesky Locust and Kate's family. Aww. Kate had some rather heavy family issues to deal with at the end of Gears 4, and you have to imagine that she's going to be either massively furious, highly curious, or a combination of the two coming into Gears 5. You can also enjoy the Coalition's latest Thick Boy Blaster in local split screen or online cooperative play. Number 6. Yoshi's Crafted World. Oh Yoshi, you adorable, colourful bugger you. He's come a long way since Mario brutally dumped him in order to get extra height for a jump. You're a monster, Mario! But he shook that off like a champ and returns this year in Yoshi's Crafted World. It looks beautiful. Much like 2015's Woolly World, the entire game looks like it was hand-built by a benevolent recycling god, or maybe by Matt Baker on an episode of Blue Peter. If in fact they still make things on Blue Peter. Media Molecule's Sackboy and Etoile may be frothing at the mouth in the background, but it's honestly so lovely to see other games tackle this handmade theme. But Yoshi's Crafted World's appeal goes beyond its visuals, with a power allowing you to flip the level backwards, revealing new secrets and discoveries in some of our favourite games. Just look at the tape holding it all together. Delightful. Number 5. Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled.
Start your engine for a Sony Computer Entertainment era production.
I love that. It brings back a lot of memories. You see, this was Activision's plan all along. Buy up beloved PS1 franchises, piss them up the wall on PS2, then resurrect them with competent remakes 15 years later. It's genius, really. Way to play the long game. In the wake of Crash Insane Trilogy and Spyro Reignited, everybody wanted to know what would be next from Big Acti's nostalgia dream factory, and if you're anything like me, your dreams will soon be answered. Certainly, like some of you, I was a PlayStation boy growing up and didn't have access to the likes of Mario Kart and its ilk, so I instead learned to drift with Crash, jump walls with Pura, and squash puny cars with Tiny. Outside of Big N's Plumber Racing franchise and the new Sonic Racing series, decent kart racers are hard to come by these days, so here's hoping they make it 3 for 3 with excellent remakes. Here's one for the road. No, I wanted to say it. Number 4. Metro Exodus. Based on a bleak novel from the bleakest part of Russia, it's fair to say that the Metro series is bleak. Set in the metro tunnels of Mother Russia after nuclear annihilation, mankind is taken to living underground. There are settlements, factions, power struggles, disease, a lot of shooting, and those oh-so-pesky, terrifying monster abominations. The previous 2 titles in the series seldom had you brave the surface world, but it looks like Metro Exodus is ready for main man Artyom to spend a little more time upstairs. You know, where the monsters are. Excellent! It looks to be a fraught and tense affair, returning to a focus on tight, scripted sections of darkness with only your malfunctioning equipment to guide you, and some larger, more open environments too. The developers have done such a good job with Metro Exodus that the release date has been brought forward by a week. For you to enjoy it sooner. It'd be rude not to buy it, really. And if you're tempted, a remastered version of both Metro 2033 and Last Light are available on current-gen consoles, so do give them a go. They're excellent. Number 3. Doom Eternal. The 2016 Doom reboot was brilliant. Brutal, fast, action-packed, over-the-top, metal soundtracked brilliance, so it wasn't a surprise when Bethesda announced a sequel last year. Yes, Doom Guy returns in 2019, and he's madder than ever. Is there a story somewhere in all of that gore? Yeah, probably. Did most people pay attention to it? Probably not. No, they were too busy headbanging and ripping off arms and gouging out eyes and all that sort of malarkey. In case you are interested though, the forces of hell have now invaded Earth, which is obviously hugely inconvenient. So, oh dear, looks like we're going to have to headbang and rip off arms and gouge out eyes again. What a problem to have. If you thought Doom 2016 looked gorgeous, just look at this bad boy, running on the brand new id Tech 7 engine. I can't think of anyone better to make a fast, violent game about killing demons in brutal and inventive fashion than id Software. Rock on, you madloons. Number 2. Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. Hidetaka Miyazaki is the father of Demon Souls, Dark Souls, and Bloodborne. He likes creating new genres of games, going on long walks, and putting together a coherent narrative with all the enthusiasm of a child who's been given a colouring book and told to, just go for it, son. And he's back! He and his talented cronies over at From Software return this year with Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. With a focus on verticality thanks to Sekiro's boner grappling hook arm, that's what it's called, it's decided and we're all agreed. And the ability to actually die twice, with the first death providing an opportunity to spring back up and surprise conquering foes, this is a very different beast, pun very much intended, compared to the direction they took Bloodborne after Dark Souls. Having said that, the speed of Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3 is definitely present, with plenty of big foes coming at you real fast. And although most promotional footage predominantly showcases the new traversal style, hands-on demos have revealed it to look an awful lot like the Soulsborne we know and love if you just play it that way. So there's loads to be excited about here. Prepare to fear the old blood. Mbasa. Oh, I feel a bit sick now. It's probably the nerdiest thing I've ever said. Number 1. The Outer Worlds. From the original creators of Fallout, boasts the Outer Worlds announcement trailer, swinging another punch at Bethesda's sobbing face. Looking like a healthy combination of Rage, Borderlands, and 2017's Prey, RPG masters Obsidian are back, and their new work looks very promising indeed. Set on the frontier of space, players awaken from cryosleep early after the ship that's carrying them breaks down, before flying around the frontier to investigate just how deep the influence of the insidious megacorporations really runs. Coming from the folks behind the beloved Fallout New Vegas, a lot of familiar tropes are present, including character creation and customization, companions, deep dialogue trees, and branching quests and storylines depending on your choices. Plus, if the trailer's anything to go by, there appears to be a vein of dark comedy to proceedings as well, which is more than welcome in a game that will surely run you dozens and dozens of hours for a single playthrough. They've well and truly beaten Big Bethesda here to the space punch, and the Outer Worlds is shaping up to be something truly uniquely Obsidian. It is, however, unlikely we'll see any further titles from them on other platforms now they've been bought out by Microsoft, so this is one we should all make the most of. And there we have it, the 10 confirmed, sorry The Last of Us 2, 2019 releases we're most looking forward to. Why not let us know yours in the comments? You can follow myself and TripleJump on Twitter here, and while you're at it, why not support the things you enjoy by having a look at our Patreon? Finally, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. I'm Ben from TripleJump, and thanks for watching.